Okay, so super easy breezy chicken enchiladas. So the first thing that makes it so easy is my secret shortcut to baking chicken breasts. And a lot of times Sunday is my big cooking day. So, you know, if I'm kind of feeling chicken for the week, or I've got some chicken breasts in the freezer that I need to use, instead of baking 3 or 4 for just one recipe, I'll bake like 12, 16, and then turn that baked roasted chicken into several different recipes for the week. So let's say I roast up, you know, 12, 15 chicken breasts. I'll turn them into homemade chicken noodle soup. I do a great chicken white bean chili recipe that's fantastic, a couple different casserole recipes. And it just really works out well for me and my family because one big day of cooking then lasts us the whole week. So what I do is I line up my chicken breasts in a big foil packet, and in both of my cookbooks I make sure and include this recipe because I get questions about it all the time. How do you do that, Amy? Yeah, I know a lot of people boil their chicken for chicken recipes, but I just think it turns out not as flavorful and kind of dry and kind of boring. So I do it in a foil packet. Drizzle with olive oil or a little bit of butter, season them with salt and pepper or garlic salt, and just roast them all in one foil packet. And you notice all those nice juices from the chicken, and it really has some great flavor. And then when it's warm, so I like to do this, you know, not when it's hot, but maybe when it's out of the foil after it's baked, about 20 minutes later, when it's warm, it's so easy to just pull apart with your clean hands rather than chopping it up. And it works so well like this when it's nice and pulled apart like this in chicken noodle soup and lots of my other different recipes. And then you can also feel with your fingers what parts of that chicken you may not want in your recipe. You know what I'm saying. Sometimes there's some not so great parts. So I can control that right there. And I know I've really just got the best of the chicken in this casserole. And by the way, if you're looking for this recipe today, you can get this recipe at Super Ron's in Pulaski. They'll have it right there for you. Okay. So the recipe calls for, these happen to be very, very large chicken breasts. So anywhere between 2 and 4 chicken breasts, again, just depending on the size. I can tell that's going to be plenty. So move that over here, give my hands a quick wash. And then I'm going to toss that chicken with some cumin, just to give it some flavor. And then I love using for this recipe a green salsa, but you can certainly do a red salsa as well. So again, just picked up a jar of salsa, and then just want to coat that chicken really well. Perfect. Okay, now for the sauce, and this was really what makes this dish extra special. I brought out the blender. Now you certainly don't have to, but this is a great way to get some nice cilantro in this recipe, and it really makes a delicious, flavorful sauce. So I'm going to take a handful of cilantro, sour cream, and a little bit of chicken stock. About a cup. And just give this a whirl. I've also got some diced green chilies. It's up to you whether you want to throw them. You can throw them in where with the chicken, or you can throw them in here with the sauce. And this is not going to be a spicy dish at all. It's just going to have some really nice flavor. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to get to work on this recipe, which is so easy to do. And this is even a company-worthy recipe. This is why I love casseroles like this, because it really is all in one dish. And for this, you know, pull it out of the oven, maybe serve it with a nice salad and dessert and call it a day. It's all going to be in here. And I think casseroles sometimes get a bad rap, but let me tell you, they are the way I roll. And some of my casseroles are just so delicious and definitely company-worthy. Or a special treat, you know, something different on a weeknight, which can get so boring, especially in the winter. You know, we eat a lot of meatloaf in my house and pot roast and things like that. So doing something different, just as easy as this chicken enchilada casserole recipe, really makes weeknights a little bit more fun and exciting. Okay, so we're going to take some of this sauce. And it's up to you if you really want it extra smooth. You could certainly just puree it a little bit more. So I'm going to throw some of that sauce on the bottom here, and it's a pretty light green color. And then I'm going to take, I happen to love to use flour tortillas in this recipe, but you could certainly use corn. Either one will work. And you want to get the smaller tortillas, so you take some of the chicken mixture. And you just roll these up. The flour just seemed to be so easy to work with. The corn are sometimes they tear a little bit. So again, just kind of line them up like tin soldiers. Have to remind everybody that our big night out is 1 week from today. And it is going to be a magical evening. And I think by next week, Monday, we're all going to need a big night out. So we're headed to a place called the Appleton Beer Factory. It is a restaurant in Appleton that really is getting great reviews. It only opened about a year and a half ago, and they do everything from scratch. So really great food. They have put together a 5-course menu paired with your choice. Obviously, they make their own beer, several different varieties that they've chosen to pair with what we're eating. But if you're not a beer person, they'll offer you your choices. They've also picked out some wines that will pair with the different courses. So 5-course meal. The meal starts with a salmon carpaccio. Then our next course is a Greek chicken lemon soup. After that, we're doing crab cakes and a salad, which I'm all in for crab cakes, any type. And then the main course is a pork osso buco, which is, I'm really excited about. And they're serving it with polenta and a vegetable, I believe. And then for dessert, and I got to sample these cupcakes. They were a chocolate cupcake made with a little bit of beer with the most amazing frosting. So we are not going to leave here hungry. A very limited space on this. I just got word that this one is almost sold out. We knew it would be. So if you want to try and get it on it, I would call today for sure. And the number is right there on the screen, but hope to see you there. It's going to be a really fun Monday night. Next Monday, the 9th. Perfect way to celebrate Valentine's Day. Okay, used up the exact amount of chicken that we needed here. Thank you, Ann. So I'll roll this last enchilada. And then, of course, we got to cheese it up. Being that this is I chose the green salsa to use, I like to use just Monterey Jack cheese. This is a pretty healthy recipe. Oh, yeah. How could I forget? More of the sauce goes over the top. Thanks, Ann. Kind of have a case of the Mondays. And this is just shredded Monterey Jack. You could certainly use cheddar or Mexican blend. It's all going to be good. I like to bake this covered with foil. This is a pretty quick bake because the chicken's already cooked. We don't really want to overcook this casserole, so I like to bake covered 350 for about 20 to 30 minutes, uncover about 5 minutes, and then we're done. Serve it with a nice big green salad. It'd be nice to, you could incorporate some Southwest flavors in that salad. You could do a little corn, a little avocado would be nice, tomato, and maybe do sort of black beans would be lovely. Thank you, Anne, in that salad. So a nice big green salad this time of year with maybe just a nice light vinaigrette. And then, yeah, call it a day. Really nice, different kind of weeknight meal. Let's see how these look. Oh yeah, they look good. And I just want that cheese to, up to you whether you want to brown it up a little and then maybe decorate it with a little fresh cilantro over the top. It is fantastic. My easy breezy baked chicken enchilada dish. You can find the recipe on our website. You can also pick it up at Super Ron's in Pulaski. Coming up, some more fun, easy recipes, perfect for this time of year. My 3-ingredient homemade cookie recipes, a 1-skillet chicken and pasta dish, and some other fun ideas too. So stay with us. We'll be back.